up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to this video. We're going to be listening to Anniversary by Bryson in this video. I'm going to try to waste as little of your time as possible because it's extremely hot in this room. It's very tough to record in a country where it will be 97 degrees at 9 in the morning, you know, and you don't have AC, so you've got to get all your videos done early before the room gets unbearably hot. It's rough. So I'm struggling. I've got the fan on the lowest setting. If you can hear that in the background, forgive me, but it's either I have that on or I don't record at all because I will die. I will die on camera and you don't want that. So if this is the first video of mine you're watching, welcome. This is how we do things here. Follow my social media, support the channel on Patreon so that I can continue to make these videos as often as I am. I'm going hard on this channel. We've got 17,000 subs now. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I really appreciate all of my patrons. They get access to a whole bunch of exclusive stuff for their $1 every month. So I really try to make things worthwhile, you know, for you to support on there. Every dollar goes a very long way because of the exchange rate here in Brazil. $1 equals $5 for me. So I really appreciate all the patrons. You guys are, I mean, you guys help me put food on the table, and I'm a big guy. I need to eat, so I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you to all my patrons and to all my members. Another way that you can support the channel is by subscribing, hitting the notification bell, following me on my social media because I've been really active on there posting about the channel and you want to stay updated as much as you can. Keep an eye out for the community page as well because I've been posting some polls on there so you get to vote on what videos you want to be seeing. And also, oh yeah, tune into the live streams that I'm going to start doing every single Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing Putting Y'all On twice a month, and the other 2 weeks we're going to be doing just hanging out, answering questions, listening to music recommendations, things like that. So I really hope you guys are showing up to those, and I hope to see you guys there. And with that said, guys, let's jump into this Bryson project called Anniversary. It's got 10 tracks on it, but I have heard Always, Forever, and Inhale. There are videos for those 2 tracks on my channel. You can check those out later. So we've got 8 new songs here, one of them featuring Drake. Let's get to it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Track 1 is Years Go By.
Years go by. Next thing you know, you ain't gonna want to do this shit though.
But years go by, where we at right now? Don't we might be able to relax, come back right now. Put the fire on the fucking wax right now. Any rules you ain't go, so we Danny Phantom.
Ha! Danny Phantom. I like that his vocals aren't heavily processed. It's fire. Yeah, that's a fire intro, man. I like that it's got a very energetic kind of feeling to it, very reminiscent of the Trap Soul era, which I think is very fitting for this project since it's kind of like a tribute to that era. It came out the same date, you know, 5 years later. It's called Anniversary, so like it's kind of like a tribute to that era, to that time in Bryson's life, and it sounds really similar to that. So I like that a lot. I like that his vocals aren't so heavily processed like they are on Always Forever, for example. It gets to a point where his vocals sound super thin and kind of robotic, and I really don't like that. I like this more natural sound to it, where his voice has a little bit more bass to it, and he's not messing so much with the formant on the auto-tune, or at least that's what it sounds like when he does, you know, tracks like Always Forever. I think it sounds great, man. Track 2 is Always Forever. Like I said, I've heard it already, so we're going to be skipping into I'm Ready For You, track 3.
And I know you know it's already show in that box already. With it, I'm ready. I said it good times, but don't forget it. I'm ready. You gotta step, I show you better step. I said I'm weird, going heels, got them positive shit. I'm protected, they always the shit. They be like, why they all say shit?
I don't like this one. I'm not a fan of this one. I think it's kind of boring. I don't think there's enough going on. I think that it goes on for too long. I'm just not interested by it, you know? I'm just not interested in it. Although on a project where you've got 10 tracks, for you to have 1 track that's a skip is a little rough, you know? That's 10% of your album. It's rough. You really got to put only the very best tracks on here if your album is short like this, man. Seriously. So, track 4 is Things Change.
Baby, calling you up with fix things right now. Things now so different. You see me now so different. And we like selling. Take my guts, of course you do it. You twist me like I'm torturing you. Go like that. Small, but I never get one time.
It's okay.
For the best, I don't want to text, I don't want to chat. Slow your heart, think I won't give it back, girl. Trust me, this shit, they're holding me back.
You know, if I were somebody who had never heard any of his music and I had heard this track, I would think it was fire. The thing is, I know him, and I know his music, and I know his catalog. When you go back and you listen to Trap Soul, man, even having heard it, I don't know how many times at this point. Track after track after track, it's impressive. To this day, Trap Soul is impressive to this day. You go back and you listen to it, and it sounds insane. And it's just amazing, song after song. And you're like, how is this possible? How can music sound this good? How can he be performing at this level so consistently, track after track? Some of the songs off of True to Self, same thing. Some of the songs off True to Self are so fire. That project is ridiculously underrated. I really enjoy True to Self. It's not as good as Trap Soul, no it's not, but there's some fire songs off of that. This is something that we know Bryson is capable of, this level of music, this track right here. We know that this is easy for him, you know? We know that it's easy, and so when you listen to it, there's nothing inherently bad about it, but when you compare it to the stuff that you know he's capable of, you're like, come on, you know? Come on. You're making throwaway tracks just to appease your fans, and they're expecting more from you, you know? That first track was fire. That first track, really reminiscent of those Trap Soul days. He sounded super energetic. The beat selection was great. Here, it's a little underwhelming, you know? It really is. It is. Track 5 is Timeless Interlude.
Yeah, that's right. I'ma be okay. They be like, photo wishing I could live it over.
This is fire so far. That fire.
That's right.
That sample.
We gon' be okay. And I'm talking about this rapper like them flashing lights and cash to the greatest heights. He said,
Hey,
look son, don't be afraid of the heights and don't take prey of.
that's fire. The ending portion goes on for a little bit too long, but it's a good song. It's a really good interlude. You know, he's spitting real lyrics. He's being open and honest on these songs. He's talking about his life. He's not just singing a generic little love song. He's being personable. He's telling us about things that have to do with him and his friends and his life and him, you know, the things that he's living over really interesting instrumentals. So this is more it. This is what I'm looking for. Track 6 is Sorrows. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, fire. He's flowing different. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's this type of energy that I want to see. Really genuine interest in your music. Flowing different, pushing yourself to write the most fire verse you can, sing the craziest melodies. I want you to go all out every single time. You know what I mean? Because singing a generic little love song with super formulaic lyrics, like, come on, we know that you can do that and make it sound great easily. That's not what we want. We want you to really go crazy. Really go crazy. Give us your best. Make a bunch of songs and then choose the very best ones and put them on the project. That's what we want, you know? This is what I'm talking about. If you're going to take a hiatus for like 5 years or 3 years or whatever, when did True to Self? 3 years? You got to come with insane quality when you come back. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about. Track 7 is Inhale. I've heard it already, like I said. So we're going to skip on to track 8, which is Out of Time featuring Drake. The cowbells. Anybody who has seen more than like 3 videos of mine where any track has had a cowbell in it knows my extreme hatred for cowbells. They have no business being in music. There's no reason for you to put that in a song. It's most of the time it's not even pitched to the key of the song. It's just disruptive and it's annoying. Why use it? You know what I mean? There are so many other perk sounds for you to use. There's no reason for you to include a cowbell in your beat. There never is a reason where you can tell me, you know what? The cowbell sounds great here. I always hate it, every time.
Lately, I'm not sure. One thing for sure. Make no mistake, all the roads lead to we shouldn't be together. Even though I know what you want. Been twisted on you so long. Find a way to dodge these issues, can't.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. Sorry guys, I was getting a phone call. I tried to decline it the first time, but they called back, so I assumed it was important, and it really was important, so it's a good thing I did.
We find a way, our way, it seems like there's still playing to your phone, even though I know.
This is a little underwhelming for the first Drake feature on a Bryson track. Yeah, it's a little underwhelming for the first time that we hear Bryson and Drake on a track together. I didn't really like the production all that much, and with the production being a little underwhelming, it really limits what Drake and Bryson are able to do on the track. So I think that with what we had, production-wise, they did okay, but the beat could have been so much better. You know, if you're going to have Drake on a track, you really want to send him a really, really dope beat, you know? You don't want to have him on something mid, but that's what I felt, you know? Track 9 is keep doing what you're doing.
What you say, when we talked last, you just told me two things. Said, keep doing it, you gotta keep it moving. Not me, just be myself. I think that's what got me up. I gave them my best, and that's exactly why I'm here. It's not you.
It's fire, but it really only starts about halfway through the song. So maybe make that intro portion just a little bit shorter, because it really does feel like an interlude that takes a little bit too long to get all the way through. But I'm not mad at this one, you know? I think it's got that vibe to it that's, you know, it's kind of like a vibe out, laid back, relaxed track, so it doesn't have to be extremely energetic. So I like that about it. I just think it's a little too long. The last track is Next to You.
Yes, you've been missed, baby.
Searching for
I think that I found you. Speak. Oh no.
It's not a bad song. I like the vibes. I just think that he's got this weird habit of finishing the song at like 2 minutes and 45 seconds and then letting just instrumentals play until like 3 minutes and something, you know? Like, you can end the track when you're done. Sometimes the instrumentals aren't solid enough on their own to really keep us interested until the track is completely over. So sometimes just end it at 2 minutes and 45 and keep it nice and short and sweet. You know, that's just, in general, he needs to be a little bit better about that, because that was the case with some of these songs. But overall, I'm not mad at the vibe. This project is pretty underwhelming, I will say. For him to come back after 3 years of not dropping anything to drop this project, and I know it's not the album he's working on. This is just a little Trap Soul tribute. I get that. But still, if you're going to drop a Trap Soul tribute, make it fire, you know? Like, it's Trap Soul. And you've been gone for 3 years. Show us that you're excited to be back by dropping some insane fire and getting us really excited for your next album. This is kind of, you know, making the hype die down a little bit, in my opinion, because it was underwhelming. A lot of these tracks were just like, really? You're giving us this? You know, some of these tracks sound like throwaways. The Drake feature was really mid because he couldn't really do, you know, work miracles on that beat that wasn't really that great. Yeah, man, this album is not great. I wouldn't even say it's good. Like, I would just say that this is really mediocre. I don't really feel like I need to go back and listen to it again. I feel like once is enough, you know? It's just one of those things. You've heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Some of these tracks made it onto my playlists. They're not all bad, but out of 10 tracks, I think maybe 2 or 3 were really fire, so that's a little disappointing. But those are just my opinions, those are just my thoughts. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments section. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back in another video very soon, guys. Until then, stay safe and take care of yourselves. Peace out.